Ma gave us the Sankalpa, I am in the Father and the Father's in me. So what is the meaning of that English mantra? And also, why is it beneficial to chant it even though it's not in Sanskrit?
Well, we can chant it in Sanskrit, but I'd rather chant it in English so you all really get the meaning. And their meaning is so absolutely, there are a number, in the Synoptic Gospels, and those are Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and there are a number of I am proclamations which stand out as the epitome of Vedanta. Those are the ones that are most relevant to our search, because we studied Aham Brahmasmi. We studied Shiva Aham. We studied Aham Rudre Bikir Bashubhir Sharami Aham. We studied so many proclamations that said, I am one with God. Now, I am in the Father. Do you need a little bit more explanation? I am in him. I am part of him. I am the Christ consciousness. I dwell in that vicinity. I dwell in that location. That Father, that universal body of the Creator has created me as his express representative, and I am in the Father. I dwell in him. There's nowhere where he is not. And the Father is in me. Pretty cool. I mean, for a bunch of Bible thumping guys that they weren't really Bible thumpers. They were really Vedantans. They had a tremendous grasp of the universality of this philosophy, of the Christ consciousness being in me and enveloping me, and I am in it, and I am of it, and I am it. And that's what it means. I am in the Father. That means the entire creation consists of universal consciousness. And the Father is in me. That consciousness dwells in this form too. This form is the express representative of that consciousness. I am in the Father. There's nowhere you can go where Shiva is not. Don't get mad at me if I point my feet in any direction. Wherever I put my foot, there will be Shiva. And the Father is in me. That's pretty cool. I'm glad she gave you that mantra, because you are a container of consciousness. These murtis are containers of consciousness. That's why we set them here. We put them here. We put a pot there. We take the pot, we fill it full of consciousness, and we fill it, and we put a coconut on top, and he smiles. A pot with a smiling coconut. A container of consciousness. You are a container of consciousness. This form is a container of consciousness. Every form of existence is a container of consciousness. And when you realize that, you become pure consciousness. You have that Christ consciousness. You are the lover that loves all that you see. Every object of creation is the form of consciousness. I am in the Father. He's everywhere. And the Father in me. Especially in my heart.